You checked it again this morning. Maybe it was your follower count. Maybe it was your salary compared to a colleague's. Maybe it was just the way someone looked at you in a meeting or didn't look at you at all. Whatever it was, something in your brain quietly registered your position in the room, calculated where you stood relative to everyone else, and sent a signal through your entire body before you even finished your first cup of coffee. You didn't choose to do that. You couldn't stop it even if you tried. Your brain has been tracking status since long before you were born, long before language, long before money, long before LinkedIn. It has been running this calculation your entire life, and it will never stop. The only question worth asking is why. Imagine you are walking through a forest. Not today's forest, the forest of 100,000 years ago. You are not alone. You are part of a group of roughly 50 to 150 people, and every single one of them is watching you. Not in a threatening way, just watching, recording, assessing. Who has the most food? Who makes the best decisions? Who is respected when they speak? Who gets chosen as a partner? Who gets left behind? This is the social landscape your brain was designed for. And in that landscape, your position in the group was not just about pride. It was about survival. Researchers have a term for this ancient social radar. Sociometer theory, first developed by psychologist Mark Leary in the 1990s, proposes that human self-esteem is not actually about how you feel about yourself in isolation. It is a real-time monitor, a biological instrument that tracks how much social value other people assign to you, because in the ancestral world, losing status often meant losing access to food, to mates, to protection. Low status was not just uncomfortable, it was dangerous. That is the real reason rejection stings the way it does. Not because you are oversensitive, because your brain is running software built for a world where being cast out of the group could kill you. But here's where it gets stranger. In 1978, a series of experiments by psychologists Michael Argyle and Marilyn Henderson revealed that humans do not just track rank unconsciously, they enforce it. Through microexpressions, through tone of voice, through the small social signals that pass between people in milliseconds, humans constantly negotiate, defend, and compete for position in a way that even they are not fully aware of. You do this too. Every room you walk into, every conversation you have, some part of your brain is scanning for the hierarchy before you have even introduced yourself. Think about the last time you met someone new and felt the urge to mention your job title, your neighborhood, or the places you had been. Or the last time you minimized someone else without quite meaning to. Or the last time a stranger's success quietly irritated you in a way you could not entirely explain. That was your sociometer firing. Now consider what happens in your body when your status is threatened. In 2000, Robert Sapolsky, a neuroendocrinologist at Stanford, whose research on baboon populations became one of the most important windows into the biology of social rank, demonstrated that low-status primates show chronic elevated cortisol levels, sustained stress hormones, suppressed immune systems, shorter life expectancy, and here is the part that changes everything. The same pattern shows up in humans. It is called the social gradient of health. Across every society ever studied, your position in the social hierarchy predicts your health outcomes with remarkable precision, not just because lower-income people have less access to healthcare, but because the psychological experience of low status is itself biologically toxic. Chronic stress from feeling beneath others literally reshapes the brain, damages the cardiovascular system, and shortens telomeres. The protective caps on your DNA that are one of the clearest biological markers of aging. Your ranking in the room is not just a feeling, it is a physiological event. So why is the brain so obsessed with rank that it is willing to make you sick over it? Go back to that forest. In a group of 50 people with no laws, no police, no guaranteed food supply, your rank determined almost everything. High-status individuals got first access to resources. They had more reproductive success. Their children survived at higher rates, over hundreds of thousands of years. The brains that track status with the most precision, the ones that felt the most social pain when they fell, and the most relief when they rose, were the brains that survived. You are the descendant of people who cared enormously about where they stood. Not because they were shallow, because caring kept them alive. But now look at where that ancient system has landed you. You're living in a world with 8 billion people. A world where social media shows you not the 50 to 150 people you actually live alongside, but a curated highlight reel of millions, all of whom appear, at least on screen, to be wealthier, more attractive, more successful, and more admired than you. Your sociometer was not built for this. It was not built for a world where you can, in a single scroll, compare yourself to a celebrity, a billionaire, a fitness influencer, and a former classmate who appears to have figured out something you haven't. It was not built to process the sheer volume of social comparison signals that the modern world throws at it every single day. And so it runs, and runs, and runs. Psychologist Leon Festinger described this in his 1954 theory of social comparison, noting that humans have a fundamental drive to evaluate their own opinions and abilities not in isolation, but against others. In small ancestral groups, this comparison was bounded. You had maybe 100 people to measure yourself against. The gaps in status were real but manageable. Today, the comparison pool is infinite, and the gap always appears enormous. This is why achievement so rarely feels like enough. You hit the goal, and the brain does not say finished. It says what is next, who is ahead, what do they have that you do not. That restlessness is not a character flaw, it is a feature designed for a world that no longer exists. Here is the counterintuitive part. Sapolsky's baboon research uncovered something that did not fit the standard model. In groups where high-status males were removed through injury, illness, or natural causes, and where the remaining culture became more affiliative and cooperative, the stress hormones across the entire group dropped. Health improved. Life expectancy increased. Across the board. Status hierarchies make individuals at the top healthier, but cooperative, lower-stress social structures make entire groups healthier. Evolution gave you the drive to climb, but connection, not dominance, is what keeps you alive. The brain that is obsessed with rank is also the brain that lights up most powerfully in the presence of genuine belonging. The same social circuitry that registers the pain of low status registers the warmth of being truly seen by another person. Not evaluated, not ranked, seen. When you feel that, something in you relaxes in a way that is very hard to find any other way. You were built to compete, but you were also built to belong. And for most of human history, belonging was how you competed, not by climbing over others, but by becoming someone others wanted to keep around. The status game never fully stops. Your brain will always keep score. But knowing that the game is ancient, that it was built for a world you no longer live in, and that the scoreboard you are staring at was designed to make the gap look infinite, that changes something. Not everything, but something. So the next time you check it again, the followers, the salary, the look in the room, you will know exactly what you are actually doing. You are running 100,000-year-old software in a world it was never designed for. And the fact that you noticed, that might be the most human thing about you.
If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on post notifications to see when we upload next.